Hi guys, how you doing? It's Alan from Vancouver again. Welcome back. I'm here with Bob today to talk to you about another quick little tip on getting you to the next step or the next phase in your success in your career. And Bob's topic is actually on something that maybe you've heard of before, but if you haven't, that's great. If you have, stay open-minded enough so you can absorb his information and use it and apply it for your life as well. Bob, thanks a lot for being here again.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
So what's today's topic? Tell us a little bit about it.
Today's topic is basically for need for life insurance.
The need for life insurance. That's new. That's interesting. Tell us a little bit about it. Number one, what exactly is life insurance?
Life insurance is a policy on your own life in case you get hurt or something happens to you. At least that way you have some money that goes to your kids or your wife or spouse or whoever you want it, send that money be left over to.
Okay, so it's some sort of insurance program that just guarantees that if you pass on, you leave something for the people that you care about.
Yes, because right now, if you have a source of income, right, you're making 100K, 200K. Once you're basically, if something happens to you, you pass away, who's going to take care of the rest of the family? Are they going to be able to support themselves? If you taught them, and if they can use your system, yes. But if they don't, then what? You're going to have problems, right? They won't be able to duplicate you, can't do what you want, basically can't get the income in. So the easiest way of doing it is when you have life insurance on yourself, if something does happen, you have some money set aside for them in the future, in the long term. That way you don't have to worry about them if something happens to them at all.
Gotcha. So why is this even important for somebody to consider, aside from the obvious facts of, well, just in case? Because, you know, nowadays, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself, you know, being single, not having kids yet. One of the most common things that people would say is, I don't really need it right now. I plan on living a long time. I don't have to worry about it. You know, I'm sure you probably come across a lot of people that may say that to begin with, right?
Yes.
What's your response to people who think from that perspective?
My response is, do you love your kids? Do you care about your family? Right? What would happen to them if you pass away? Are they going to be able to live on what they have? Because basically all your money is going to be tied up because you're basically passed away. Are they going to be able to take over the business? Probably not, if you're basically doing everything by yourself. You're not teaching them the process, and you're not doing everything, then you're in trouble. Well, they're going to be actually in trouble. They can't do anything. You pass away, they're broke.
Gotcha. So what's the first step for people to be able to get something that's a good life insurance policy? Well, to start off with, what even is a good life insurance policy for somebody to consider?
For a life insurance policy, there's a good one depending on you first, on your income and what you need it for. Basic one is term, where it's just depending on what length you want. You can use that when you're basically starting out for a while. That helps out doing stuff. Going further on, there are other ones that you can use for tax purposes. You can shelter your money in and stuff and have your tax free coming out. But basically, those ones are a little more expensive, but it helps in the taxes. Plus, it has your money growing in there. Once you pass away, all that money basically then goes over to your family. Both of it. Life insurance part plus the savings.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, good. And what do you think what would happen if somebody didn't consider that? Like, let's say they just kept pushing it off, and thinking, well, I don't really need it. You know, I don't really need a policy at this point in my life. What do you think they could lose as a result of not utilizing that?
Well, they will find out basically when somebody close to them, it happens to them, right? Then they'll open their eyes and say, oh yes, I should have done that earlier. But think about it. Step away for a little while from your family and see, have a look. They got enough money? Can they support themselves in the lifestyle you have? Or not? That is the basic thing you have to think, and you have to think about it on yourself.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Good. So to close off, folks, today's topic, life insurance. Something to really think about, not just because it's some sort of insurance policy, but because obviously it helps you take care of the future for the people that you really care about. And it's the truth. Because nowadays you don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. We always want to, hope for the best. But somebody, who is it? I can't remember who it is that told me, but they said, always hope for the best, but be ready for the worst. Right? And that's a good way to be prepared to take care of people that you care about. So if anything, take his advice and consider the idea of looking for a policy, especially if you're the kind of person who's looking to succeed in your business. You don't want to just have your company there and then all of a sudden, if something happens to you where you can't operate it anymore, you don't want to see all that income that you were generating just completely disappear, right? Because who are we making that money for? It's not just us, it's for the people that we care about. So think about them in the future as much as you are thinking about them in the present. Good points, Bob. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And thank you folks for being here and spending some time with us. Have yourself a great afternoon, great day, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you guys.